What's going on, everyone? So, Power Rangers has just been in purgatory as far as like a new movie release. It was supposed to be a Netflix film, and then it was supposed to be this film and that film, and lo and behold, nothing has happened, right? And now we actually got some updates that are very promising. Now, again, we've heard several times in the past that, oh, update, film is in progress, film is going to be made, or script has been made, or whatever, and it's fallen through every single time. So again, don't get your hopes up, but this does look very, very promising as far as in the right direction. Okay, so keep that in mind, the right direction. But reports came in that a new Power Rangers movie is reportedly in development. Just because it's in development doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. We've heard that it's been in development on several occasions, but Paramount has taken the lead on the Power Rangers reboot, and with a hefty budget for a complete series. So the idea is here that we're supposed to be getting some type of new Power Rangers reboot. IMDb, even if you look into it, that there's supposed to be. Now, this came from Daniel RPK, who is, like one of the insiders, whatever, but he has been spot on several occasions. But supposedly, there is going to be this reboot that's going to take place. It appears that it's going to be a series, not really a film. So it should be, which I actually would prefer, like an adult-led series as opposed to an adult-style film. I enjoyed the 2017 movie. Was it the greatest movie ever? No. But, like, the foundation was there, if that makes sense, right? The idea was there. And the other thing about, like, all the people that grew up, like myself, grew up with Power Rangers, that to this day still love Power Rangers and want to see a more adult-themed Power Rangers, we're all adults, right? Like, you still have the kid shows, you can still do the kid thing, you could still, make those shows. Like, no one's saying you can't have both, but why not kind of start developing a darker world? Why not start creating like a multiverse for adults? I think it would be very successful if done correctly, right? If they were able to do it correctly, that's the key. Because, you could just throw it, like, the 2017 film, I enjoyed it, but I also understand why a lot of people did it. It wasn't great, like, the acting wasn't great, like, the stories and stuff, like, it wasn't great, right? But I do think that the foundation was there. You just needed to really kind of build from there. And I would have been, they set up, the part 2 with the Green Ranger. I thought that would have been fine. That would have been, you would have had kind of that jumping into that story, and the Green Ranger is now evil, or Tommy, right? Like, Tommy's now evil or whatever. Do you go that route? I think you had the right execution. You had the right delivery. They wanted to make this kind of adult or kind of more grown style, almost Transformers-esque Power Rangers. And again, the idea and the vision was there. The execution was just poorly. But I do think that there is a path to having that be successful, right? Look at, say, like the Boom Studios, right? And they're making all those like darker Power Ranger, with the like graphic novels and stuff like that. You had like Lord Draken, and it's very adult, right? It's very dark. Again, very gritty, right? Like, you could literally just translate some of those stories into actual like series and shows. And I think it'd be great. I think it would kill. Right? Like, I really do think that there is a ton of potential for kind of like pen to paper to series. Right? Like, you could do different like what if stories, and kind of turn this into like its own sort of Marvel universe in a lot of ways, and just have like different series and movies and stuff. You have the built-in audience. You have a large fandom that are all old enough to want to go, like, take a chance, go make an R-rated, horror film, or Power Rangers horror, maybe not horror, but like, I mean, you could, but more of like, you know what I'm saying, like an action, dark fantasy style Power Rangers film, and then do like a series or whatever. You have the kid stuff. You don't have to get rid of the kid stuff. The kid stuff can still be there, right? But there's all this talk about like, Netflix was going to do this, that, and it's just like none of it happened. All of the hopes and dreams of a new Power Rangers movie and series and stuff. And look, like, we got the Once and Always film and stuff like that, right? Like, there's still things that are enjoyable, but again, at the end of the day, like, all that stuff is made for the kids. That's all, yes, we as fans enjoy it for the nostalgia, and, we look past some of the silliness because, we love it. But there's also this, I believe, this opportunity for this just kind of dark Power Rangers series. I thought 2017 had the right idea, just not the best execution, right? They tried to make it this. I felt like they were trying to balance it out rather than just kind of going all in, right? And I would have rather them kind of try to go all in on like the darkness and have it adult themed and stuff. I'm not saying you have to have it like. I'm not saying it has to be something crazy. I'm not saying you have to have a bunch of cursing and nudity and all this other. No, I'm talking about just more of just like the graphics, like have people, really dying, right? Like monsters really like going about, like think of like, Power Rangers as a whole, you have monsters and aliens and all of these like horror-esque type of things. Why wouldn't you capitalize on that? Why wouldn't you? It's already built in and ready to go to be this like dark, gritty horror. Why not have it be that? Why not allow it to be that? I don't know. I look at it and I'm just like, there's so much potential there for something great. There's so much potential there to really kind of lead the charge on this, like a new series or show. And I'm hoping that, with Paramount kind of at the helm now, and they're willing to put the budget and stuff into it, and supposedly this is in development or something. I'm hoping by like 2026, we're, sometime in 2025, we're talking about like, oh, maybe this guy. And I really hope that we end up, that I get to make another video about this soon, diving into like, hey, guess what? We're actually getting it this time. Because, again, since 2017, so we're talking like last 7 years. 8 years going on. They've been talked about doing something better in these adult things, and it hasn't happened yet. It's all just been talk. At what point does somebody finally go, you know what? All right, enough talking, let's make it happen. Again, you have proof in the pudding with Boom Studios and the graphic novels and everything. You have a large fandom that loves those graphic novels and have had hype to insane levels of people that have created entire YouTube channels centered around them and built on them and have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, get millions of views and all that stuff because there is that audience. There are millions of us that grew up on Power Rangers, and if you make it this dark, gritty franchise, still do the kid stuff, fine, but give the adults a version too. I really do think you would make a ton of money. Because I think you'd appeal to a broad audience. I'm not saying it even has to be rated R. You can do a lot more with PG-13 than you could even back in 2017, right? Like, there's a lot more that you can do and get away with now that you never were able to get away with before. So, even then, I'm okay with it. So, but hopefully, we get something done because we need it. Come on, we all grew up on this. Like, this is our childhood. This is our, we followed it, grew up with this. You got to do right by it is my biggest thing, right? It's got to be good. You can't just, like, have it just to have it. Like, last thing we want is, like, a terrible series, especially after waiting this long, right? Like, do right by this series. But that's my thoughts and opinions, and as always, I pass the question on you. Let me know yours down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for this news that we may be potentially getting a new Power Ranger series? Do you think like, nah, like, you'll hold your breath type thing? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.